South Fort Myers Wolfpack, number 3, Jay Hughes.
Jay Hughes will lead off the top of the ninth inning for South Fort Myers as we have a new pitcher on the mound. For the Riverdale Raiders, it's number 3, Colin Azevedo, replacing Hunter Tinsley, who has pitched 8 innings for the Raiders, and he was the starting pitcher as well. What a heck of a game it was by him. But it does make sense that the Raiders would put a new pitcher out on the mound. South Fort Myers did the same back in the 8th as well. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Jay Hughes. Right now, Colin Azevedo. He's not wasting any time in between pitches. This one misses low. 3-1. Colin Azevedo is a right-handed hurler for the Raiders. Chipped up the middle. Past second base, Daniel Kaler scoops it up, fires the first for the Carson Palmquist for the out.
Next batter for the Wolfpack, number 25, Chase Ross.
Chase Ross will be the next batter here for South Fort Myers. Hack and a miss for a strike 1. You know, I've recently thought this up. It's pretty interesting. I remember last year, some of the senior baseball players said that they played better in their white uniforms than their garnet red uniforms. Just an interesting little thought. I'm not too sure how accurate it is, but by the way those players were talking, they were confident. Those white uniforms, those were like good luck charms of the team. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. Raiders tonight, they're dressed in their garnet red uniforms. You have the white script Raiders across the chest. White numbers on the back. White pants with the red stripe running down the sides. And they're wearing their garnet red hats and caps with the red script R on the center for Riverdale as the pitch is making its way to the corner for a ball. 2-2 is your count. 1 out at the top of inning number 9 and a 0-0 score. This is hacked foul down third. Well, it's been a long Thursday night here at Riverdale High School, and we'd like to thank all of you fans for tuning in and staying tuned in at that throughout the course of tonight's ball game. Now in your 9th inning of play, Colin Azevedo, he is speedy on the mound. Swing and a miss. He got that batter chasing for the out number 2. And that was Chase Ross going down on strikes.
Batting next for South Fort Myers, number 4, Jacob Balling.
Jacob Balling now steps into the plate. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Azevedo delivers a first pitch to him. Comes close, but they call it a strike anyways. That sure was interesting. It came to the point where Balling had to step out of the way, but it was still a strike. It came through the back corner. That's another close one, but it misses. He's trying to locate that back corner there. Well, I've noticed throughout the season, when Colin Azevedo steps up on a mound, he certainly has a very nasty fastball. Really has thrown off a lot of batters throughout the season. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Next one comes down towards the knees there for Jacob Balling. Azevedo on the mound. Whips, throws. That came close to the hit him. No, it went back towards his back. I'll tell you this, he sure is throwing very close to Balling right now. I probably would not feel very safe if I were in Balling's position. Azevedo, a fresh new pitcher in his ball game, and a new inning of hurling, swing and a miss. Ladies and gentlemen, we head to the home half of the ninth and a scoreless tie.
We're still scoreless. For your Raiders, number 3, Colin Azevedo.
Colin Azevedo up in the batter's box. And right there, I just heard the Raider dugout get some enthusiasm going. This is down third, and wait a minute, was it fair? Wait a minute. It was a foul ball, it looks like. That was bunted down third. Out comes Coach Bobby Pringle for the Raiders, maybe trying to debate that case, maybe. Well, what happened is it was a bunt right down third, and that was a very nice one at that from Azevedo. It looks like the third baseman for South Fort Myers, John Morrell, tried to track it down, got his glove on it, and then it just flipped and fouled territory. Well, it was very close, and the umpire decided it was a foul ball. But boy, how great would it have been if that was a fair ball for Azevedo. So he's going to have to think outside the box here now with a pitch up and outside. Azevedo in his first at-bat of the ball game, pinch hitting for Colton Seitz. He bolts it out to right field. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a leadoff single for Colin Azevedo, and it looks like that pinch hit was the smart thing to do. Tyler Yeager will be your next batter.
Your next Raider batter, number 1, Tyler Yeager.
So 1 on, none out. Now is the time to make something happen for Yeager. Here's the delivery home from the pitcher Jay Hughes in his second mound of hurling. And that will be offsides for a ball 1. Bottom of the ninth, it's a 0-0 score. Raiders going to have to win this in walk-off fashion as we are 2 innings and 2 extras. Here's another one wide. It's the second time this season where the Raiders have played a game that went to 9 innings. Once again, last Friday night versus Palmetto Ridge went to 9 innings. The Bears of Palmetto Ridge High School won that game 7-5. 2 runs were scored at the top of the ninth, but in this case, it's still 0-0, and the Raiders have a chance to win it. Here's a bunt down the middle by Yeager. It's beautiful, and the throw is going to be wide. Runner going around third. He's going to be held up there, and the Raiders have runners around the corner with no outs. This is the closest the Raiders have been, and they are hyped up, folks, on the dugout.
Batting next for your Raiders, number 18, Tyler Gertman.
It's Tyler Gertman. He's playing his second game on the varsity level, getting called up from JV. How great would it be if he can get his team the game-winning hit? Oh, look, oh my goodness, Tyler Yeager, he stole over the second. Look how sneaky that is, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is a masterpiece.
Jay, so worried about the bunt that they're trying to cut off the run, they didn't even see him.
Jay Hughes was so focused, just getting the pitch, that Tyler Yeager just snuck over the second, and he was so silent as well. By the time Hughes looked over at second, Yeager was already there, and now you have 1 on third, 1 on second, just to add insult to injury here, but let's see if they can do it. Gertman trying to be clutch, and it's bolted down third, foul. This is a tense moment right here, folks. If the Raiders want to win it, then they have to do it right now. Well, they don't have to, but now now is the time. It's close, it's tense, 2 runners in scoring territory, not to mention no outs. Gertman, he's got to be feeling the pressure, though. Once again, new to the varsity level, so let's see how he reacts. This pitch is inside and painted the corner, and Gertman is rung up looking. That's out number 1. Palmquist is next.
Your next Raider batter, number 14, Carson Palmquist.
Well, the good news is that the Raiders do not have 2 outs. Basically what this means, well, this is flicked over. Third baseman, they're going to throw home for one, and that's going to be out. Runner is still around the corner, and look at this. It's a double for Palmquist, and the Raiders are back to square one here with 2 outs. So the throw home is out number 2. My gosh. It was Colin Azevedo trying to slide home from third, and the throw from the shortstop, Jay Hughes, wasn't even close. And now it's Brendan McNabb. My goodness. So it's 2 outs here at the bottom of the 9th. Oh boy, oh wait a minute. Oh, that went home and he's out. That is a, oh no. Well, the Raiders tried to pull off a sneaky move, it just didn't work out. Brendan McNabb, well, we'll try to explain that here. What happened, well, Brendan McNabb was at the plate. I could see what they were trying to do, the Raider team, and it was a sneaky move at that. So basically what happened, McNabb was going to lay down the bunt, and Yeager would have stolen from third to win the ball game. Anyhow, it just went horribly wrong there. We are tied up going into inning number 10 without a score. How crazy is this, folks? More baseball to come after this break on the Riverdale Raiders Broadcast Network. Patrick Doyle is the opening batter for South Fort Myers, now into the double-digit innings, I like to call them. We are at the top of the 10th without a score, ladies and gentlemen. How great of a ball game is this? Patrick Doyle takes a strike 1 from Colin Azevedo in his second inning of pitching on the mound, and a strike 2 will follow up. Well, the game got really tense for the Raiders at the home half of the 9th. They nearly brought home the game-winning run from Tyler Yeager, as this pitch barely is outside. So what happened is there were 2 outs. Tyler Yeager would have been the game-winning runner over on third, and Brendan McNabb was at the plate. He was trying to... He tried to bunt, and what happened was Yeager was going to try to steal from home, and McNabb was going to bunt, giving Yeager enough time to score. Swing and a miss, and down goes Patrick Doyle for out number 1. So yeah, Raiders tried to lay down the bunt, score home Yeager, but it didn't work.
Next batter, number 21, John Morrell.
In fact, it went the opposite way that they expected, and that's the reason why we still have some baseball. John Morrell up next, and the ball 1 will start him off. It is 9:07 right now here in Southwest Florida. Game started at 7, so just 2 hours into the contest. We're 10 innings in. Speedy ball game all the way around, and a pitch right down the middle ties the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out at the top of the 10th. And it's 0-0. John Morrell takes a quick timeout. Oh, and that hit him right on the left shoulder. So Morrell is going to take a walk over the first, and now it's 1 on and 1 out for South. There's a quick chat on the mound here with some of the infielders.
Next week we will be on the road Tuesday, March 15th at Fort Myers High School. JV first pitch goes out at 4, varsity at 7. And then on Friday night, March 18th, we travel east to Clewiston. JV first pitch goes out at 4:30, varsity at 7.
So
your Raiders will return home next Monday night against the Ida Baker Bulldogs. Not next Monday night, a week from Monday.
So a public address announcement there about the upcoming schedule for the Riverdale Raiders. In case if you didn't hear it, we'll repeat it for you.
Next batter, number 13, Miguel Sanchez.
As Miguel Sanchez stepping up to the plate right now. Well, Riverdale will hit the road for a 2-game road trip on Tuesday, March 15th when they travel to Fort Myers with a 7 p.m. start time. After that, on March 18th, the Raiders travel to Clewiston to take on the Tigers. And the Raiders return home on March 21st. That's another Monday ball game we have. Here's a check over the first base where Morel is standing. He's back in time. Chipper through the left side and out in the left field. The throw is coming in. Cut off the shortstop, Daniel Kaler, and now the Raiders are in danger of giving up a run with a man on second and one on first to go along with it.
Next batter for the Wolfpack, number 10, Kenny DiVincente.
Kenny DiVincente now trying to put South Fort Myers on top with 2 on and 1 out. The best scenario here for the Raiders would be a bouncer on the infield or a ground ball. If they can somehow convert it to a double play, that'll get them out of this half inning with no damage done and still a 0-0 score here at the top of the 10. Azevedo winds home, and that somehow gets out. This one is a strike 2. Or a strike 1 rather, excuse me. I'm still adjusting to this brand new scoreboard. That's okay, I'll get down every once in a while. For those of you who may not know about that, well, here's a ball too low. We did get a brand new scoreboard here at Pringle Field at the start of the regular season. Our old one, down the left field line towards the wall, got struck by lightning. And it just went down. It is unusable, at least at the moment. Here's a swing and a miss to tie up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Kenny DiVincente. So they installed a new one out at Pringle Field. Out almost towards left center. This is all the way out towards center field. Yeager trying to tack it down. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And neither of the runners are going to advance. Out number 2. And that adds some relief here to the Raiders.
Next for the Wolfpack, number 32, Trent Sones.
Trent Sones will try to keep the inning going. The new scoreboard out in left center, a little bit smaller.
Temporary scoreboard.
It's temporary.
That's on the trailer.
As this pitch is out. So it is temporary, and soon maybe we'll have the old one fixed up. Over to the shortstop, Daniel Kaler throws to second base where Brendan McNabb is standing. They retire the sides, and the Raiders keep it 0-0. Bottom half of the 10th we go after another break.
Still scoreless. Your Raiders, number 15, Daniel Kaler!
Daniel Kaler is your leadoff batter as we head to the top of the order here. Home half of the 10th. It's a 0-0 score between the Riverdale Raiders and the South Fort Myers Wolfpack in varsity baseball action from Riverdale High School. Here's the first pitch from Jay Hughes, and it's an early swing and a miss for Daniel Kaler. Matt Hardy on the on-deck circle here for Riverdale. At the bottom half of the 9th, the last time the Raiders came up to bat, they had runners on second and third, but no one could come home to score. He flies it out to center field, and it's going to be caught for out number 1 by Patrick Doyle out in straightaway center field. Doyle just had to curve a little bit off to his left side to glove it up. And Hardy steps in.
Batting next for Raiders, number 9, Matt Hardy!
Matt Hardy, he is a vital part to this Riverdale baseball team. A left fielder for the Raiders, at least in this contest, as he was listed in the starting lineup. This pitch, one hops to dirt, skips all the way up towards the press box window, very thankfully. Up here towards the press box, we have some safety netting. Over to the shortstop. Throw the first, and that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Tyler Prell, your next batter.
Your next Raider batter, number 7, Tyler Prell.
It's Tyler Prell, the batter. Well, this is a long game. This is taking it to new records here. First time the Raiders have played a game over 9 innings this season. This pitch drops, ball 1. I'm sure the Riverdale softball game just off to the left side of us is wrapped up. Yeah, they've been done for quite a while now. Meanwhile, here at Riverdale, the baseball field is the only one active. 1-1. Now the count for Prell. Check swing and he holds back, ball 2. Well, we'd like to give a shout out to the Raider baseball team, well, the JV team, rather, as this pitch hits the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike to Tyler Prell. Well, the JV Raider team earlier today played a ball game at 4 p.m. against South Fort Myers, and this is smoked out to left field. And Tyler Prell has a base knock. He's going for extras. Nope, he's holding back. Took a long swing around first and held back last second. And it keeps things going for Hunter Tinsley.
Courtesy runner now running at first base, number 39, Ryan Cooper. Now batting for your Raiders, number 4, Hunter Tinsley.
So Ryan Cooper now on first base in his first appearance on this contest. Hunter Tinsley comes up. Tinsley takes one high and dry. Well, the Raider JV team won earlier today at Pringle Field, 10-0 in 6 innings. It went off to an amazing start when the Raiders scored 6 runs at the home half of the first. And once again, that game wrapped up in 6 innings. So the Raider JV team sounds like they're having a good season so far. They're coached by Dustin Hefner and Kevin McEltrott. Throw down the first base side. It's wild. And Ryan Cooper, he's going to scurry his way over the second. He's going to third. Are you kidding me? Throw not in time. And take a look at this. Ryan Cooper takes advantage of 2 bases off of a throwing error there. It started when you had the catcher Miguel Sanchez leap up for South Fort Myers, trying to throw over to the first baseman, Jacob Balling. It goes over his glove. Well, they were checking over on Ryan Cooper. It went down the first base line. Cooper extended not only 1 base, but 2. And the Raiders are back in the same situation they were at the home half of the 9th. Runner on third, 2 outs, base hit, wins it. It's out to left field. It's down. Raiders win in 10 innings.
And
ladies and gentlemen, what a ball game. Raiders win at the bottom of the 10th. And Hunter Tinsley comes up amazing. And your final score is 1-0. Riverdale Raiders defeat the South Fort Myers Wolfpack. My goodness, what a heart-racing moment there for the Raiders. Ryan Cooper made his way over to third base due to a throwing error by the catcher. He was able to make his way not only to just second, but over to third as well. Hunter Tinsley just blasted a fly ball out to left field. It bounced down just short of the left fielder, where the Raiders win the game. Ryan Cooper comes home and Hunter Tinsley bats this game away. Well, that was fun. First walk-off I've ever called, and it's all good. Lots of smiles to go around for the Raider team as they give some handshakes to the South Fort Myers team. And you have to give credit to South Fort Myers. I mean, they played their hearts out in this ball game.
They did not play like a 1-10 team.
Yes, they did not play like a 1-10 team. They came in with a 7-game losing streak, so hey, one could have thought, they would have played terrible. But you want to know something? They certainly played like they wanted this win streak, or losing streak rather, killed. But that didn't happen. Raiders win at the bottom of the 10th inning, 1-0 final score. What a game. Hunter Tinsley scores home Ryan Cooper from third to end it all in 10 innings. 1-0 is your score. Riverdale Raiders defeat the South Fort Myers Wolfpack one more time. I'd like to thank all you fans for tuning in throughout what has been one heck of a lengthy game, but we appreciate all of you for staying tuned and having a great time with us here in the press box of Pringle Field. So, one more time, 1-0 Raiders defeat South Fort Myers. This is Nick Rush saying so long from Fort Myers, Florida at Riverdale High School. 1-0 Raiders pick up the win. We will see you on Monday, March 21st for the Raiders' next home game. And that's going to be against the Ida Baker Bulldogs once again. 7 p.m. is the start time. Tickets start at $4 a piece. And as a result of this victory, the Raiders now advance to a win-loss record of 4-8. Meanwhile, South Fort Myers is now down to 1 win and 11 losses. So, what a game. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in throughout the course of it. It's been a long one, but Raiders win. And that just makes this night of baseball even better and more successful. Thanks for tuning in, and that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Have a great night, everyone, and a safe weekend up ahead.